It all started when I wanted to learn documentary photography, and one thing that was all around me was farms. So I wrote to the Dowling family living a couple miles down the road and asked them if I could photograph their farm. And they were not so sure about me, but hey, they said yes. So I bought a pair of rubber boots, and little did I know, it changed my life. And now here we are, 5 farms, and 5 years later, we have a book, Fields of Hope.
Hope is a word that's used in a lot of different campaigns and contexts that I've been involved in. You wouldn't keep doing it if you didn't have hope.
So hope, I think, is what really drives us. I don't think we've had one good year since we started farming, but every year we get a couple of really, really good crops. I really, really love the project because as a grain farmer, most of the time is spent in a field driving at a mile an hour in a tractor, so there's a lot of reflective time, and the hope is actually a self-reflective internal hope. And with Andree doing the book, it's brought us out into a larger community of farmers, and I realized that everybody has hope, whether it's the consumers, the bakers, the brewers, and the other farmers, and that hope is what drives us. And if anything's going to increase the sustainability of farming, it's going to be driven by hope. You know, the climate change issues are making things very, very delicate. Seed laws, fertilizer, herbicides, multinationals. There's a lot of destabilizing things, and you know, we all need to eat. And I think that trinity of the farmer and the consumer and hope is going to be the synthesis to get everything going together.
Yeah, I guess for myself, you know, farming can be a bit of a struggle, but my hope is that I can take the business side of it and the ecological side of it and just keep making improvements every year, every day, and just become a better farmer.
The farm world, you know, going forward, when I look back and see the tremendous aggregation of farms, and at some point we cease to be farmers and become heavy equipment operators, and with all the inputs and fertilizers we become waste disposal facilities as opposed to, you know, agrarian soil building facilities. And I think we're literally on the precipice now of the industrial ag beginning to collapse, and healthcare taking an ever-increasing proportion of the GDP. And the solution, I think, for climate change and for people's health is going to be the return to the family farm. Get more people back on the land, farm the land more gently, less transportation, less inputs. And you know, I think that will help build the sustainability of the rural economy, get people back into the small towns. Some of it is simply real estate prices, getting out of dense urban areas and back, you know, onto the land. But yeah, I really think that hope of renaissance farming, if you will, and specialty farming, and developing supply networks in rural economies of millers, of farmers, of bakers, of vegetable processors, small-scale slaughterhouses. You know, that type of integration is a huge move forward to a sustainable food supply. And when you compound that with the effects of climate change and the destabilization of the food system, I think it's almost imperative.
Over the last few years, farming has become a major topic of discussion in a way that it wasn't before. It's become a way that people can help or hinder the advancement of our society as one that respects the world that we live in. So I hope that conversation keeps moving, and you know, I see it every day on the internet, or you know, talking to people, that people are inspired by hard work and the dedication it takes to farm.
the obstacles sometimes feel insurmountable, and the opposition is intractable, and the problem is huge, but you keep up that hope, and that's what keeps the campaign or the project or the objective alive in people's hearts and in their minds and in their energy that they put into it.
So the photos themselves, and we've seen so many that didn't make the cut or whatever, but are so beautiful. I always sort of found them to be kind of the way that I pictured them in real life. So, which I think you probably know is really hard to do. Like when you're taking photos, it's they don't always turn out to really represent what you thought the moment was like. But the photos that you take have always been a real representation of the way that I see things happening, but just so beautifully done. And so it's for me, like getting the book and looking through it has been really great for looking at what other farms are doing and how they're dealing with all the big questions and little questions about how their farms are run. And every farm is different, and it's really great to be able to see how other farms look.
So I just want to thank all the people around us here that are contributing to building the food system in this area. Not just the farmers, but all our friends that want to eat local food and want to keep local farms in the community, and who keep reminding us why we're doing this, that they appreciate the work that we've done. So that goes to this crowd here too tonight.